Hello everyone, Thempire Ian here with more new cards. We've got a couple little stragglers here and some exciting announcements. So let's take a look at some of the stragglers for Burst Protocol. First up, we've got Riot. That's right, they're making a card based on the game studio responsible for League of Legends, everyone's favorite card game. Well, it is a card game now, actually, Riftbound. So yeah, everyone's favorite card game. It's a crossover event. Quick play spell card. You can use the first and second discard every one per turn. Target a set monster return to the hand, and the player who added to their hand can special summon a monster from their hand in the face down the position. Funny. This is a funny card. I mean, like, that's like maybe something. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, banishes a card from your graveyard to change the set monster to attack position, which then triggers the flip effect. That's funny too. I mean, this is like it is obviously designed to look like a classic card, and it does feel like a classic card in some ways. It very much feels like a they've done this quite a few times recently, where they just make a classic looking feeling card, and then it's actually like stealth Mimighoul support, and this is what this kind of feels like. I don't know if it's good enough to be run in Mimighoul because it's not named Mimighoul Riot or whatever, and I think that alone hurts its chances of being played in Mimighoul, but we'll see. Nightmare Hand. Time to show him the Nightmare Hand. Quick play spell card. You can only use the first only once per turn. Send an illusion monster from your deck to the graveyard. Foolish Burial for all illusion monsters seems pretty decent. During your main phase, you control a level 5 or higher illusion monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, switch it into the field, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. Secondary effect is kind of just gravy on top. It's a Foolish Burial. Activates during the standby phase if you need it to for some reason. It's not like it's a... If it was a Rhoda that activated during the standby phase to dodge Droll, that'd be one thing, but in this case... it's a Foolish Burial for all illusion decks. Like, it can't be that bad, right? There's got to be some use for this at some point. This is going to be a card that will be a problem at some point. Next up, new generic extra deck guy, and I like this guy a lot. Okay, Zarin, the Chainbound Dragon. I mean, look at, he's a pretty cool looking guy. Certainly looks like a Chainbound Dragon to me. He looks a little bit Sword Soul. He's a level 7 Dark Dragon Synchro Tuner, 2800, 2100. This is probably just the best way to orient it. Materials, a tuner, and if you ever see me like really like scrolling up and down a lot, it's because it's just me trying to set up the text in a way that I think is going to be most readable to you. So sorry about that. I guess actually I could probably do it like that. There we go. I think that works just as well. Okay. Now, the interesting thing about the materials here is a tuner and one or more synchro monsters. What it does not say in that text at all is non-tuner synchro monsters. That's right, this is Killer Tune support. This is stealth Killer Tune support, which is also going to mean Riot is stealth Enneacraft support secretly. Nightmare Hand is obviously a Hecka Hand support. It literally has hand in the name. But this card seems actually not bad at all. So 2800, 2100, as we said, only use the second effect of this card name once per turn. If this card you control be used as single material, you can treat it as a non-tuner. So it could be both a tuner and a non-tuner. This actually gives Killer Tune a lot more access to some higher level monsters that require non-tuners as material, considering that the rest of the deck is like entirely made of tuners. So that's actually really cool for that deck. When a card or effect is activated in response to the activation of a card or effect, quick effect, you can activate one of these effects, negate that effect if you do destroy the card, or negate the effects of the card it was responded to, and if you do destroy it. So essentially, this can only be chain 2 at chain 3. You can only activate this effect at chain 3, but you get a choice of whether to negate the effect you're responding to, or the effect that started the chain. Or, you know, even if you're like chain 4, then it would be the second in the chain. It can only go back so far. So I think this is a really interesting design space, and I think it potentially could be a decent card for Killer Tune to be running. I'm not sure how generally applicable it is. It does seem a little too specific. But it is still an Omni Negate on chain. Like it has to be specifically on the chain already, like the little ways into the chain. But it doesn't stop you from chaining something to an effect and then you chaining to that. But if you do that, if your opponent activates an effect and you chain to that, and then you're trying to chain to your chain to negate, your opponent will have the opportunity to chain something to that chain and thus interrupt this negate you're trying to do. And that, that's a really easy way to play around the Zarin. But I think that's interesting. It's much more interesting than just an Omni negate, like, right? A regular Omni negate. But is it powerful enough? I don't know. I don't know on that one. All right. Now here's the big ticket items for this video. The reason why I decided to get into the recording booth for this one. We've got a new Duelist Box coming. Duelist Box Prismatic Summon, at least for the OCG. The OCG are getting a new Duelist Box. And it's got some cool new cards in it. A new guy. A new Demise. Ruler of Oblivion and Armageddon. Level 10 Dark Fiend Ritual Effect Monster, 3,000, 2,900. You can ritual summon this card with any End of the World card. You can only use the second and third phase of this card in one name each once per turn. This card's name becomes Demise, King of Armageddon, while on the hand or field. You can reveal this card in your hand, pay 2,000 life points, banish a ritual spell from your deck, apply to the card's activation effect that ritual summons a monster. And then it has another effect. You can pay 2,000 life points, destroy as many other cards on the field as possible. Then this card gains 2,900 attack. Fine. That's cool. It's a decent card for Armageddon or whatever. But this is the most crazy ritual support card of all time. This effect right here. Reveal this card in your hand, pay 2,000 life points, banish any ritual spell from your deck, apply that card's effect to ritual summon. This is, again, one of the most powerful ritual support cards of all time. I think like this is crazy, right? This is like any ritual spell. It's any ritual spell, and it is 10 stars of material for that ritual summon. And that's crazy. It's also 3,000 attack if you need that for your Drytron rituals. I don't remember. The Drytron rituals need to only tribute machines. I actually don't remember on that. But regardless, this is theoretically a good card in any ritual deck. Now, I said theoretically because there's a problem here. And the problem is that every ritual deck that is worth playing, especially Mitsurugi, the current best ritual deck of the bunch, has their own game plan to summon their monsters already, and they don't need one other guy here. Like, this guy, Ruler of Oblivion Armageddon, is full Mitsurugi combo all on his own, but like, so is everything else in the game. The entire game is made of one card Mitsurugi combos, right? So you don't need another one card Mitsurugi combo unless a lot of them start getting hit. So I don't know. Like, Voiceless Voice wants to use Low as material and not this random asshole. Drytron gets locked into machines really easily, and again they use attack points. They want 4,000 attack points, not he might as well just be another Drytron monster, but then he's also the ritual spell. In maybe in Drytron builds where you're trying to make Herald of Ultimateness or something like that, it'd be more usable, but like, I don't know. One place you can absolutely use this is the new Archfiend deck, which has the new Ritual Archfiend. And this guy's 10 material for that. And he just does it kind of on its own if you have access to the Ritual monster. The one place it doesn't summon the Ritual doesn't summon the monster from is from the deck. So if we go and look at the Archfiend stuff, the ritual spell lets you summon from hand, face-up, extra deck, graveyard, or banishment. And so like there's not, and you only need the 7 levels, but like that guy can be the entire material for Doom Emperor Archfiend. But you are going to need to like get the Archfiend out. So you either have to have drawn the Archfiend or have drawn the field spell, which is actually better to get the Archfiend into the extra deck. And like, that's totally doable. It's completely doable. But it's just a 2-card combo, right? I feel like it's something you should probably play anyways. Like it should be something you were playing anyways, just because the deck is already reliant on some kind of whack ass shit. I'm trying to, let's see, hold up. I'm gonna actually pull up my build of the Archfiend deck off to the side so I can remember how I was doing this. But yeah, so there's like there's a 1-card combo you can do with the Archfiends. But it involves like, it does involve like a kind of hard Garnet. It unfortunately also kind of involves Link monsters a little bit, which kind of makes it bad for Genesis format. Obviously the Ritual is also a pendulum, which makes it bad for Genesis format. Rip Aroni. But like when I'm looking at the build I have for this deck, there's not really room for the new Demise guy. I mean, maybe we remove the... Do we remove the pre-prep? Maybe we remove pre-prep. But we're not playing, like, because like if we're removing the pre-prep, what we're doing is we're not actually removing the Archfiend engine, because that's not how pre-prep works. What you're doing is you're removing the Matador engine, the Archfiend Matador engine, and that part is like not necessary, but it's a really cool extension tool in the deck. You can remove the Super Polys, the Super Poly engine, and put in these guys. It would make the deck maybe a little more consistent, but certainly lowers some of the power level. I don't know. I feel a little like there's not really a good, like, this card is insane. It's unbelievable. It is one of the best Ritual support cards ever made, but Ritual just doesn't play generic Ritual support anymore. That's the problem. Generic Ritual support doesn't support Ritual decks anymore because they're just so specified now. So I don't know. I had to play around with it and see if I like it better. I don't know. We also have a new restrict monster, Nightmare Eyes Restrict, a level 1 dark illusion effect, 0/0. We love making new relinquish guys, and this guy is the most horrifying of them all, and I love that for them. Materials: 2 monsters with different types, Fiend, Illusion, or Spellcaster. Hello, Super Poly target. Speaking of Super Poly, holy moly, that's a crazy Super Poly target for some decks. You can only use the first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is special summon, or if its card battles at the end of the battle phase, equip 1 monster your opponent controls to it. Oh wow, it's a really crazy Super Poly target then. If your opponent is on Spellcasters, Fiends, or Illusions, well, They have to be on two of those for this to be a good Super Poly target, unless you're playing one of them. If you're in a Fiend deck, this could be a really good Super Poly target for any Fiend or any Illusion Spellcaster decks you run into. So it's going to be very format dependent in that case, right? It's going to be dependent, like, we're in a format with a ton of Fiends. Yubel is back. And I'm on Magistus, right? It's going to be that kind of thing. I'm on Chimera, right? Or you're running against Chimera. That might be not bad. But honestly, wait, this is actually pretty good in Chimera too, because they've got the Fiends and the Illusions going on. So, you know, there's something you can do there as well. And it just like scoops up an opponent's monster when the card is special summoned. And it doesn't have a limit on how many it can scoop up, unlike some of the other restricts and such. So you can scoop up every time it battles. Gains attack equal to the equipped monster's total attack. Card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle, so it's got the illusion restriction. Your opponents of monsters cannot attack monsters except for this one. Oh! Oh, wow. That's kind of... This one's pretty brutal. This card is... and it doesn't have any protection from effects at all, so it's pretty easy to out, but like, if you don't have the out, that's pretty brutal. If you can't find a way to out this, I mean, you should have a way to out this, but like, if you're just like struggling to draw into it or something, like that could be pretty brutal. This guy's interesting. I don't know if he's not nearly as good as Demise, but I actually feel like I'm more likely to see Nightmare's Eyes being actually played in a top table, just as a weird one-off thing, or like in specific decks, than I am this. There will be a deck for this someday. I don't know when. It could be like as soon as they hit Mitsurugi enough to where they need this card, right? It could even just be that soon. Like if as soon as the next ban list hits and they hit Mitsurugi hard enough, it could be that this guy immediately comes into play. I don't know. Because again, he is one card Mitsurugi combo, but again, almost everything is one card Mitsurugi combo. So we'll see. We just have to see. But I'm definitely keeping an eye on this. It will have its day. One last thing. We've got a new collection coming over, Limit Over collection, and I want to talk about these packs introduce overframe cards whose card design features illustrations exploding off the artwork frame, a new dazzling feature for the official card game. What that means is they're doing frame breaks like Rush Duels. Finally we have frame breaks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just like every other card game's been doing for years. Many years. And Rush Duels has been doing for years now too. Rush Duels has been around for years, and they've been doing frame breaks for years, and we're finally getting them in Yu-Gi-Oh! At least in the OCG. We'll see if we ever get it here in the TCG. Hopefully we do. Oh my god, if we don't, I'm going to be so upset. I'm going to be so mad. That would be so annoying. Many cards that first debuted in various animated series will finally be brought to the official card game, with tons of reprinted cards will be included in brand new illustrations. Definitely very interested in here. Heroes, and there's a Heroes collection and a Rivals collection, so I guess we'll have to see what they're bringing to the table for these. But I'm very excited for frame break cards. Frame breaks look so nice. They look perfect in Rush Duels, and I can't wait to see what they look like in TCG. And I'm also excited about... I like when we finally finish bringing over anime cards. I know I like to complain about how bad they are, but that's because they're bad and they're filling up packs. But like, because I think they could update them to make them playable, as they have done many times. But I like the completeness of it, right? I like the completeness of them getting done with printing anime exclusive cards. So I'll be interested to see what they have for that. Apparently they have a decent amount because they're... Well, it doesn't even really say. Like, it could just be like all these are reprints. Like most of it's reprints, and there's like a couple of new. It says many though. It does say many. I don't know what their definition of many is, but either way, card frame breaks. Really cool ritual support that it will definitely see its day someday. Just not sure when. Nightmare Eyes Restrict is an interesting little guy. I really like Zarin the Chainbound Dragon. Nightmare Hand is going to be good at some point. Riot, I'm not sure what the time and place for is, but they seem to want to be Enneacraft. I don't know that this is like actually all that good in Enneacraft. Like, I don't know. It feels much better in Mimighoul, right? I don't know. I don't know. Like think about like your Mimighoul, you've got like some stupid flip monster. I don't know. There's like a lot of things. It's an interesting card for sure. All right, I've talked enough about these cards though. It's time for you to talk about what you think about these cards down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the frame break cards. What do you think is getting frame breaks? I mean, obviously, there's got to be a Dark Magician and a Blue Eyes, right? There has to be a Dark Magician and a Blue Eyes frame break, right? There's no way there's not. But like, let me know what you think's gonna get a frame break. Let me know what you think of these new cards. What ritual deck are you excited to use Demise for? I know exactly one person is gonna be saying Vendread, maybe? Although it's not a zombie, so I don't know. Will it actually be good in Vendread because it's not a zombie? I don't know. Hard to say. So let me know what you think down below. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey there, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got a lot more for you if you want them. Just hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications. I'd also appreciate if you left me a like and a comment and maybe shared the video around with your friends. You can also follow me on all the usual social media sites. Just check out my website in the description below for more info. My videos are funded by my patrons, Ko-fi subscribers, and YouTube members, whose names you'll see scrolling by in these credits here. For just $1 a month, you too could find yourself here, trapped in my end screen for all eternity, among other benefits. In particular, I'd like to thank Jeremy Coatney, Frog Prince Michael, Fleakill, Haru Hayes, the Almighty Ferret Lord, Fire Mizumi, Beastman, Bryn, and Beelzis. A big thanks to all my patrons and to my little community as a whole. Remember to be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful whatever time it is for you. Bye-bye.